Well, it's good to be back behind the mic. It's been almost a year since our last episode, and I've got a number of exciting developments to report to you today. For longtime listeners, you know it's been a podcast that started way back in 2013, and my goal for the podcast has always been fairly simple: to help you make the most of your money. Talking about managing your finances, building wealth. I guess ultimately, for me, everything turns on achieving financial freedom. That's been my goal for the podcast. And we're back better than ever. In fact, we've got an entire production team behind us. I mean, back in the day, it was just me and a microphone. And I'd flip it on and I'd start talking. But we've got actually an entire team of people behind the podcast now. And that's going to allow us to be very consistent. We're going to have a new episode every single week. It's going to release on Mondays. And the purpose of this very short episode is just to sort of reintroduce you to the Dough Roller Money Podcast and to give you a glimpse into what's to come. And for you new listeners out there, to welcome you. We think you'll enjoy the future of the Dough Roller Money Podcast very much. So if you're tuning in for the very first time, thank you. We're happy to have you. And we're going to make a pivot that I'm very excited about. And that is, we're going to focus heavily on interviews. And we're going to be bringing on special guests. This is going to be an interview with authors, experts in the investing field, personal finance, basically anyone that we can bring on the show that we think has an interesting story to tell, an interesting perspective, all with the ultimate goal of helping you achieve financial freedom. One of the important things here is that we're going to get a diverse range of viewpoints. This isn't going to be all about, what I think is right or what an editor thinks is right. We're going to get a diverse range of individuals and perspectives. And I think that's helpful as we undertake our own journeys in personal finance and financial freedom. It's okay to hear perspectives that we might not agree with. Who knows? Maybe we'll learn something. And I guess even in this day and age, maybe change our perspective on something as it relates to money. Now, these interviews, we're going to cover, easy to understand financial tips, guidance on managing your money, retirement planning, best practices for saving. But we're also going to dig deeper on some topics of the day. Think cryptocurrencies, the gig economy, and real estate. So we've got a lot planned. I'm really excited for what the future holds for not only doughroller.net, but Dough Roller Money Podcast. Now, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to hear about, topics that are of interest to you. And you can do that a number of ways. You can just connect through doughroller.net's social platforms. They're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. So reach out to the folks there. They are monitoring those platforms, and we would love to hear from you on what you'd like to see in the future for the Dough Roller Money Podcast.